important, right? But if you have to remember something today, and this is what changed my life, and I want to change your life here today too, and probably somebody invite you, and you say, why they invite me? Why I'm hearing these things? Because if you learn about this, you're going to be able to change your life and your family's life. If I want that you remember something is this, okay? So everybody should know about how money works. How money works is important, right? So if you have money, right, you have to put your money to work, right? Everybody wants it. But let's say because you don't know that much or you don't have the information, you start putting your money into the bank. Most people do that, right? So let's say you put it in the bank. How much the banks are paying right now to put your money there? How much? Sometimes they don't pay you anything. Sometimes they charge you. Well, let's say some bank are paying you 1%. So that means if we learn how to use this rule, the rule of 72, that I didn't create it, was created by Albert Einstein long time ago, right? So if you put the number 72 and you divide it by the interest the company is paying you, you're going to have a number. That number is the many years that your money is going to take to get double. So let's imagine you have $10,000 and you are 29-year-old and you deposit that money there, all right? So 72 divided by 1, that's the interest that you're making, the result is 72. That means your money is going to take 72 years to get double. So if you start at 29, right? That means at 101 you have finally $20,000. How is that? Are you ready to wait 72 years to see your money getting double? I'm not. That's too much. But let's imagine now 4%, all right? 72 divided by 4 is 18. So your money getting double every 18, as the same example. 65, you got 40,000 now. Sound better? If it's 6, 72 divided by 6 is 12. So at 65, you got 80,000, okay? And then if you're making 12%, that means your money gonna get double every 6 years. At 65, you got $640,000. All right? Okay, many people say, okay, Romina, that sounds better, right? But how gonna make my money get 12% all the time? Yeah, I've been asking that also, okay? But what you see right here, this is perfect, right? This is like they're paying you all the time the same. And I want that you be very honest. Did you ever hear about any account that is paying you over 5% all the time? Every single year? That's right. No. I never hear about that, Romina. Maybe 4 right now, maybe 3, but not all the time over 5. Why? Because when they pay you high interest, it's because it's inflation. And inflation is going over that percentage. And of course, banks need your money so that way they can work with your money and they can give it to another people. Why? Because every time you give $1 to the bank is allowed to give other people $24. Did you hear right? It's for that they want your money. But when you're going to ask for your money, like getting a loan, getting a credit card, what happened? They're going to charge you a very higher interest than that. Sometimes it's 99%. It's crazy. That's how the banks make the money. But now, whatever you see right now, if you did understand about compound interest, in order for you to make money, that means you need to start making money positive and constantly every single year. Because if you lose, that means you need more time to recover. And why I'm saying that? Because that's the accumulation phase. But if you go to the second rule, it's how money works, right? Your money can grow in 3 ways: fixed, variable, and index. Fixed, you put your money there, and they're going to be paying you whatever we say, right? 4, 3, 2. But that means you're going to be making very little. And you're not going to be able to go over inflation. So it's going to be like there, steady. But you also have variable. And most people say, Romina, they told me, the same thing they told you a long time ago, that you have to take the risk. Sometimes are we going to make money and sometimes we are going to lose money, okay? So what happens is you're putting your money there and then another virus came and the market crashed. Are you gonna be able to wait more years to retire? Because everything is in risk. But we also have an index. That means you put your money there. When things go well, you make money. And when things doesn't go well, your money is protected. When things go well, you make money. And when things doesn't go well, your money is protected again. That means it's luck. So there is only those three ways. Nobody can come and say, hey, you know what, John, I know this way. No, you have to ask, okay? If I put my money there, how is growing? It's fixed, it's variable, or index. It's the other one. I'm asking you, which one you would rather to have? Just think about that. Write it on your paper. Because someone invite you today, so that way you can learn about this. So remember which one is your favorite. But we also have a way to pay our taxes. So every time you put money to work, you have to find out how I'm gonna pay my taxes, right? Just tax season just end. So if you put money into the bank, a CD, maybe you have some those coins or stocks, right? And if you make money, you have to pay your taxes that same year. Whatever you make, you have to pay them. 1099, you do. You add that to your income. But if you're saving money into a 401k, 403b, into a NIRA, an annuity, a retirement account, that means you put money there that you didn't pay taxes yet. So that money is getting there. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, right? But at the end of the time, let's say you accumulate a total of $1 million. And then you're going to take it out and say, hey, John, you want your million? No worry. We're going to send you 600,000, and the other 400,000 we're gonna, send it to the IRS. How you feel about that? They're cutting your check later. But then we also have tax advantage. That means you put money there that you already pay your taxes on. Okay, I have money, I already pay my taxes, I'm gonna deposit there, and then your money is gonna getting, some growth there. But when you want to take it out, you don't have to pay any taxes at all. You're going to be able to keep everything into your pocket. Yeah? Romina, why is that? Because there are certain rules. In the IRS, they're going to make you protect your money. You don't have to pay it. So I'm going to ask you the same question. If you have to choose which one you rather, you want to pay your taxes on your products every year, you want to pay it later, or you want to, make your money grow and you don't have to pay. Which one you rather? Put it on your paper. Remember. So, of course, there are different ways. Some people say, Romina, I have a 401k. Okay, maybe your money is going on average. And when we say average, because sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, let's say at 8, 10%. That means it's variable and you want to pay your taxes later. Romina, I have a CD. Okay, that means maybe you are making a 4.5% right now as fixed and you have to pay your taxes every year. But there are ways that you can save your money and are making in the last 20 years over 10%. That are indexed 100%, and also you don't have to pay your taxes from the grow. Yes, you hear me right. You're making good gain as index and you don't have to pay taxes. Don't you think everybody wants to know how that works? Everyone wants to know. But another important thing is, how many people don't know this information and you are able to share with them? Because right now, as I say, people is uneducated about money. People don't know how these things work. People need information. So we have different services, okay? And we help people to create tax advantage wealth accumulation strategies. We teach them how to do the things that I just mentioned. We help them to protect all their assets. We help with rollovers. That's how we help people to protect whatever they have in retirement, we have in protection. We help people to create college education funds. A lot of people can sometimes say, Romina, I got debt. After COVID, I don't know what I did. Well, we help you with that. We also have Infinity Banking and Family Banks. This is a strategy that I think everybody should know how to use it. You ever hear those names like the Rockefeller, the Kennedy, those famous names? Well, they create those strategies. We can teach you how. We talk a lot about life insurance and living benefits, knowing that sometimes products are not just if you pass away, they're also maybe if you get into an accident, a sickness, anything. We also do estate planning. We help people with index grow on different retirement accounts, on Roth, SEP IRA, traditional IRA. We also help business owners to create wealth, to protect their money, to start strategies. We also have final expenses strategies because we know something is going to happen to all of us. So these are strategies that we teach. But in this company, we have a lot of good things. They make us special, as I say, right? We look into fulfillment. Why? Because we want to focus on the 5 F's. You say, Romina, what is that, right? Well, we want to create an environment that you really can, preach about your faith. You can talk about your family, finances, fitness, fun. That you can have all that in order. That makes you happy. Feel content that you're doing the right things. We have the best compensation plan in the industry. We call the 133 Club. We have the best providers, the best in the industry. When you really understand about products, you won't understand why we're making things different. Of course, we have leadership retreats and incepting trips. It's being a lot of trips every week. I see our CEOs, our business, are the owners of the company going everywhere and inviting us. We have a winning and positive culture. We want everybody to reach their goals. And it's a simple and proven system. It's been working for many years. We also help the people in need. We want to give contributions. We have real ownership opportunity. If you become a business owner in here, we know that you want to stay with your business, even able to pass it to your family. We have the best personal and building compensation. And of course, we got Ethos with the best technology partner. They help us to do everything fast and smooth. We have a lot of things to talk about, but as I say, we're going global. And when I hear about this word, I was so excited because I'm always traveling here and there, and I have friends everywhere. I actually in social media, right? And every time people ask me from another country, hey, Romina, I want to do this. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. You have to be in the United States pretty soon. What? It's going to be global. We have a very good training model. We have trainings every single day. And now we record the trainings. We want you that you win. We have different cultures. We have diversified. Everybody's here. We are all the nations are together. And of course, we have millionaires mentor us every week. And we have the best leadership, definitely. So I would say all of these things that I just said, that are real and they're true. I can prove it to you. But also, this is very important, okay? Whatever I say right now, as I told you, my parents, right? Nobody never educated them. They're not the only people. There are so many people more. Why? Because as you notice, right, in the timeline that we're living on, right, in 1946, start born a lot of babies because war just done, okay? And between that year and 1964, it was over 78 new people. And what happened with those people? They're starting retirement, but they're changed a lot of industries now. For example, someone say, okay, a lot of babies we have, parents don't know how to do this. We want to help them to make these things easy. We want to help them to prepare food. So they start making food in a little bottles. They start selling it. All the way till now, those companies keep growing because, there are new generations. Now we got Generation X, generation, the millennials, a lot. And they start making baby food. It's a good, business. But then toys came here. All those babies need, they need to play, they need to get fun, you need to entertain them. So the toy industry grow a lot. It's even a movie that just came out right last year. Remember? I don't want to say the names. But we also have fast food. All those restaurants all around the world that are, a franchise. right? Because it's not the best food. I bet your mother makes the best hamburgers, but they're everywhere. It's a multi-million-dollar, business. But then the car industry start growing because people want to move, from here and there, and they want to go different places, or maybe different people in the family has a car. That industry, they grow tremendously. But then real estate, people start getting, oh, we need to get more, we need to get, we live far away from the downtown, we live here, we want to have a beach, a house on the beach, etc. The real estate, it was a booming, everybody want to get a license. But then we left behind the retirement phase. So most people that work in the financial industry, they also getting retired. And we also notice that, we are in the United States, it's people talking different language. I would say I'm a Latina, right? There are 68 millions of Latinos in this country. They need my help. They need your help as you speak Spanish. And just talking about my community, what about your community? Do they have the right information? Because we notice that they're gonna need to retire, and many other communities too. They need information. So it's a lot of wealth transferred right now. Those people need to protect what they built in all these years. There are over $68 trillion. You hear right. So when you become part of organization, right, we have different ways to pay. I work from home, right? I have my office here. I can attend, homeschooling with my son, doing his activities and everything. But, every time I help a client, they pay me as personal income. But at the same time, I have agents, in different states, in different cities. So every time one of my agents help a family, because I train them, I help them, I, build them and coach them, I get paid as an agency. But we also have expansion income, growing everywhere. Also bonus income, sometimes, I want to reach certain, goals, but if I don't, it's okay. But if I do, they're gonna reward me. Also recruiting and renewal income. Why? Because our clients gonna stay with us for many years. So every time they do, we get paid again. We also have stocks and liquidity options. This is huge. You can be part of the company. You can get a portion of it. And it's growing. And it's growing very fast. So we have the world-class compensation. How can I explain you this? Remember, we have many products, right? But remember, I mentioned one that is growing with a positive and constant interest. That is index. And you don't have to pay taxes from the growth. Okay, that's one. Okay. But let's imagine you help a client to put right there $500. And maybe some of you say, oh, Romina, yeah, I want to do that. Okay. We multiply that by 12. That means it's a payout of $6,000. You say, what is that? Well, that's how we calculate our points, the revenue for the whole year. Okay. But then you start with a company, you get promoted, you become an associate. So that means now you're going to get paid 45% of that. And now, oh, Romina, so that we're gonna pay? No, the company pay us. The client just pay $100, but the company is going to pay us $2,700. Why? You will say why? Because this is the financial industry. This is saying how you sold a house, right? And you get paid 3% of that. Well, in this case, we get paid this way because we provide our services. But if you start, getting into you learning and you getting promoted, maybe you can become a senior associate. In this case, 30%. Marketing director, $3,600. And executive marketing director is $85. That's my position. So let's imagine I'm helping a client every single week doing that. That give me $5,000 a week. That is over $265 a year. You say, are you saying that is how it is? So it's for that. I sit with my clients every single day and I teach them how to do this. But I also teach it to my agents. Because if my agents, let's say I have 6 doing the same thing, that's going to give me an extra of $1,400 and $400. That's another $748,000 a year. A total, it will be more than $1 million in income. So when I hear long time ago that you can become a millionaire in this industry, I thought it was impossible. I thought that I never was going to be able to reach that. I thought that making $10,000 a month, it was a lot. Until that became, a pay every cycle, every week. And we get paid twice a week. I did this because I knew I was doing the right thing for every single person that sing with me, but I also that I was getting compensated the right way because I got licensed, I study, I educate myself, I read about it, I read the contracts, and I did my job. So how do you start in this company? I know maybe Romina, if I want to open an office and I want to start a business, I have to invest. Some traditional companies, they say that you have to, get leads and you have to work this way. Maybe I have to invest $100,000, $200,000. Like, my mother always dreamed to have a restaurant, but now she have me, so that she need it. She doesn't need it, right? No, it's not like that. To start in this company, you just have to invest $199 to start. And I want to say, I don't make any money from that. If you decide to become and be a partner of us, we don't get paid for that. Because you are going to learn how to get licensed. We're going to provide you all your study material and we're going to do a background check. Later, we're going to teach you how to get licensed, and that's another thing. But just $199. That's it. So I want to say something, and you're thinking right now, okay, where do I see myself starting, right? Sometimes when people say, no, Romina, I'm very busy, I'm very happy, I'm very content, I'm making enough money, I'm going to be able to reach my dreams in the next 5 to 10 years. Is that true? Okay, great. But what about an option, right? To start helping others, to start making some extra money? What about options to make the transition for whatever you're doing to something better and great? So, if you want to become a client, talk to the people that invite you today and receive a free financial review. Let's see what you're doing and what can be better. Why not put it on the table? But maybe you want to become an agent. You want to say, okay, I want to renew. We have different positions. Maybe, you want to send us referrals. You want to become part-time. You want to be full-time. We're going to be able to fit your needs and your wants. Because, there are different ways. But maybe you want to be an agency owner. You want to build your own business. And you want to create a platform that you have an agency. And that can lead to future generations. So there are different things. Think about what. Maybe one of these is for you. Maybe the 3 of them are for you. I don't know. But if you want to become part of GFI and somebody invite you, I will say scan the QR code that is right there, right? It's the first one. And they will send you a code too. You can do it. If you want more information about the company, maybe you didn't understand some of the things that I say. Maybe you want to read more about us. Scan the second one. The one is on the bottom. Take a picture of this. Have it on your phone, on your computer. Share it with friends. Share it with other people. And remember, if this is not for you, you might know someone that you can bless today. You might know someone in the next week or 2 that you can bless today. And that is our point of life. Helping others to feel fulfillment. You got the picture? Great. So hopefully I deliver my message today to you. You got a great Saturday. It was my pleasure to explain you a little bit more about who we are, the company, and the things that we do. And I just wish that you have a great life and you are grateful. And I'm so grateful that I'm part of the company because they did change my life and they did change my son's also life for the rest. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Thank you.
Romina, I'm so glad that your passion for helping people translate into this amazing presentation. So now I invite everyone, whether you're part of this team or you were invited by somebody, give them a call, book an appointment, feel inspired to help your family and help other families. Again, with that, I really appreciate all the presentation. Thank you, Romina. Thank you very much.